Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we are going to do a special Rob's Rambling, or kind of a semi, in the wild sort of review. I'm on vacation and I'm here at Big Bend National Park. It's a desert, having a blast, enjoying a good time out here. You can see the ground. Been carrying a lot of Benchmades today, and like I was carrying my Adamas, which is a great knife. I really enjoy this one a lot. This is a fun knife, by the way, and looks really great in the sun, doesn't it? Yeah, wow. So, but I've also been carrying some other Benchmades. This is one of them. The other one I was carrying today is the traditional Benchmade, the 535-4 in the aluminum scales. This is the M390 blade, right? And I put the lynch clip on this little guy right here, which is a pretty nice little clip, blacked out. I like the lynch clip because it's titanium, it's more flexible. And to me, that's more important, especially when I'm out here. And I was thinking, I'm out here in the desert. What's really one of the more useful knives for me out here? So I've been using a fixed blade a lot. You saw my little short. I've been using my tactile Dread Eye. Still a little dirty. I haven't had a chance to clean it off and need some oil to get that off. It's a lot of sap from the logs that we're doing with the fire. And this has been a very, very useful knife. It's a really good size. I don't know if it's much bigger would have been more useful. Maybe I need a large fixed blade. Still really curious about getting that quiet carry mark, right? I think that might be really nice out here, especially in the desert with cutting some things. And there's a lot of horseflies. So if you see me quickly jump around, these horseflies, they bite. They're not friendly horseflies. They're not friendly flies. They are horseflies, right? So yeah, they're not your friendly kind of guys. So I really enjoy these guys. One, because they're phosphor bronze washers. And with all the dust, the car is dusty. It's dusty inside and out. Inside the dome that we're in, it's dusty. So, these have been really helpful. And so I've also carried my Benchmade, my little mod guy here that I did with the Rockscale Designs. These are the Rockscale plain titanium, a knife here, and I got some bug flying around my hand here, so I don't know what's going on, just so you know. They are friendly, get away from me. This is a plain titanium. This is an M4 blade steel. It is Cerakoted, and so this is, again, phosphor bronze washers, and this is really nice out in the dusty area. Caged bearings are really not going to be one of those things that I'm going to enjoy as much carrying out here and using. I'll tell you that much. And this has been a lot of fun. I haven't done the full review on this one yet, but this along with the other bug outs that I have here are really good knives, and I've enjoyed that. Now, it's not just axis lock, right? I was also carrying my little where is it? Yeah, my Hogue. This is the collector's edition, the Misto, which is a nice knife, but I believe this is caged bearings. At least I think so. I don't know. It sure acts like it. I haven't taken this one apart yet to look at it. I should probably, but it sure acts like it's on caged bearings. But if this is phosphor bronze, then this is ridiculous as well. This is really beautiful. I believe the Deca is phosphor bronze, so I kind of wonder if this is phosphor bronze. Yeah, I need to take this apart. Again, this is, the lynch clip on here. But these are knives that I found really useful, the axis lock out here in the desert, using knives. Been very friendly, very helpful. I really haven't wanted to bring any of the nicer knives, that caged bearings, because I knew the dust would get everywhere. So, there's that. Just something to consider when you're out here. So I carried a lot of these this week, or this few days that I've been out here. So these are all pretty good knives, I think. And also carry my little lander. This is my one caged bearing one. I like this guy, but this was my 5th pocket knife if I needed to do something. But again, it's caged bearings. So to me, it looks beautiful in the sun, by the way. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. Carbon fiber in the sun, just simply phenomenal, right? This is my Frankenstein knife. By the way, I don't know if you know it, at Blade Show, Texas, I showed this lander to Ben Peterson. He took a picture of it because he liked, first of all, that titanium mill clip. And I told him I had the Skiff washers in here, or the Skiff cage bearing, excuse me. And I showed him the action was just ridiculous. And just make sure it's still ridiculous. There's a lot of dust out here, but just really ridiculous. And this is the M390 blade steel. This is the Urban EDC M390 one, if you didn't know. And this is the Smoky Mountain Knife Works Mars Valley fat carbon scales on here. And this is a Civivi mill titanium clip with the Mars Valley cage bearings, and scales, and then I milled these a little bit. I rounded these with my Dremel. So this is like a little modded, whatever you want to call Frankenstein knife, and I really love this. The action on this is just ridiculous. But this was my 5th pocket knife along with these guys. But I will tell you, when you're out here in the desert and you're trying to cut trees, you're cutting firewood and stuff, the biggest knives that I have found that I used were probably my fixed blade, and then probably one of these guys here, one of these, probably the Adamas right now, right? That's the one. It would have been any of the other Benchmade's, but this was probably one of the other ones. I think I still have stuff all over this one, but I've been using this a lot. And, MagnaCut is nice to have, especially out here. You don't have to worry about, stuff with that one. So I guess, when you're out here, I did carry more knives than I normally do. I still have my pocket knife, my slip joint, which this whole week has been my Tactile Knife Company. Let me see if I can grab that out real quick. It's in my pocket here. This is everything live. We're here on vacation. So it's my Tactile Knife Company. This is my Bayer. So this particular one, I'm going to put this other knife here in my pocket over here real quick. So this is my Bayer, and this is a slip joint, right? So again, this is MagnaCut titanium. This is a really good slip joint to use out here. Very rust proof, very thin, great slicer. Been cutting apples, oranges. Some oranges, but onions, tomatoes, and stuff like that. That's really nice to use, especially out here in this environment, because it wipes up really well. And then, an M390, not bad. This is sort of a kind of a prettier knife, but it's really nice. It's thinner, and so that's the nice thing about the Bug Out. It is thinner. It's thinner than my Adamas in the MagnaCut. But this is a very tough knife, so this is one that I could use as well. I probably could have done a lot of the fixed blade work with this one. But I feel like, why use a folding knife when you have the tool? If you have the right tool, use the right tool. And for me, that was my fixed blade, and I carried that every day, and I've used it every day, several times a day throughout the day. And I will need probably a new edge and be stropped up to retain the edge. So we're here at one of the domes, so if you hear in the background, it's probably kids yelling and playing, which is totally cool. So it's a lot of fun. It's normally dead quiet out here. You can see the stars. It's pretty insane. But this was the knife that I used the most in as far as knives. I also had my Rick Hinder knife, I was carrying that the other day, and I was using that, but I really wasn't using it as much as I was my Adamas or my Benchmade little not Frankenstein, but my modded one. This M4 is really great blade steel, by the way, really sharp. This is also a really nice one as well. So, if you're going to be out here in the woods, you're going to be doing things like this. These are definitely the types of tools you might want to consider. I think they're definitely worth your time. They're definitely really kind of very, very cool implements to use as you're, in the desert and you're camping and stuff like that. There's so much you can do, especially when you're preparing breakfast, you're preparing dinner. We had steaks, we did potatoes, you did breakfast this morning, eggs. We took the leftover potatoes, and we also did, what else did we do? Potatoes, eggs, bacon. Yeah, we did bacon, obviously. And so, getting into packages and stuff like that was really important, opening things. So that's really where these guys became the most helpful. I just don't think, I don't know, if you're going to go camping, you got to have the right tool. You got to at least have some tools with you. And I wanted to have some tools that could act as backup in case one didn't work for the other. And so that's what I did. I had multiple tools with me here for these various reasons. And this worked, fairly well, I would have to say. I really did enjoy carrying these guys. Now, I have some Spydercos that I would probably have just as well used, right? I have my PM2, and I have a pair of 3, and those guys are phosphor bronze as well, and so those would be really good in the desert, not worrying about the dust, not worrying about all the different elements that are going to get into caged bearings. So I will tell you, those are some of the things that I really did consider out here, and I have to admit, you got to think about the environment, right? Most of the time when I EDC, so I'm standing here, and I'm using my little tripod trying to record this video out in the desert, just so you know, this is not my studio. Obviously, you can tell by the lighting, and hopefully the audio picks up, and I'm hoping my wind guard doesn't make all the noise come through with the wind. Hopefully I've got the right audio for this recording, right? But, so I would say, anything with phosphor bronze makes a lot of sense in a very high dust, fine environment for me. And I would definitely recommend that. I probably wouldn't, I wanted to bring like my Oz or my Trevor Burger or, even bringing the Rick Hinder. I kind of put that away because, I didn't want to get it all dirty in the cage bearings. Now, I could have put phosphor bronze in my Rick Hinder and I could have broken it in to be perfectly drop shut and everything. And then I think that would have been fine too. And so, I know some of you guys, you work in milling environments, you're in steel milling environments, maybe dusty environments. And so those are things you have to consider. And I consider them too for my elements as well. It does make sense, I definitely understand that. The cool thing is, but most of those cage bearings that I use in those nicer knives, you can get a phosphor bronze equivalent. Skiff made blades, they do thick washers and they're equivalent to the cage bearings. And you can tune it where you can get this drop shut action. See, this is phosphor bronze right here. This is not cage bearings, right? So you can get that type of drop shut action here. Show you here as well. See how I can get that drop shut action right here? And that's phosphor bronze. And there's no blade play on this knife. It's in there solid, everything, right? So I could have done that with the Rick Hinder knife for sure. But those are things I wouldn't carry out here because I don't know how hard use I would have them. I don't know what I would do with them when I'm out here. I don't know. These are just my ramblings while I'm out here. I figured I'd put a video together kind of while I'm out here having fun, relaxed. I've enjoyed it. Now, my voice is hoarse. You guys know I've been sick. But my voice is not hoarse because I'm sick anymore. I have no congestion left. Everything, my lungs are cleared. This is because it's so dry out here and I'm so thirsty. I got to go drink a couple of bottles of water. It is the desert. It is dry. The humidity is dead, super low. It's like Arizona, right? So, that's what you get when you're in the desert. Things are dry all the time. But I will tell you, if I, getting back, I'm rambling, me rambling all over the place here, right? If I'm going to carry one folding knife with me and one fixed blade, it'll probably be my Dreadnought, my Dread Eye with the Tactile Knife Company. Probably carry my Bayer, the MagnaCut slip joint. The QSP would work just fine, but the Bayer is MagnaCut. I'm a little less worried about corrosion, right? And then I would carry this MagnaCut folding one here as well. I have the best of all three worlds. I have a super tough fixed blade. I could, I was getting my killing wood ready, the fire pit and stuff, cutting things. This was great for you cutting packages and things open. Super crazy sharp edge. I made sure I stropped that well. And then I had the Bayer, which is a super thin, slicey edge, which is great for cutting very fine things, fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that. So, those are the things that I think make sense for me, at least for what I'm doing. Love to hear what your thoughts are. What do you guys do? What do you guys use out there? What are your environments that you're in? I mean, is it work? Is it when you're on playing and you're out in the camping, or you're out visiting somebody, or you're traveling, or where you live? Do you live in the desert? Do you live next to the ocean where it's always wet and moist and you got to have super corrosion resistance? Is that your key thing? And you're not so much worried about dust, but maybe you're worried about salt water and salt water getting in the cage bearing, so that when it dries would become like dust particulates in the cage bearings. And so maybe phosphor bronze makes more sense for you guys. Just kind of curious. Is that your scenario that you deal with as well? I'd love to hear from you guys out there and what your thoughts are on this, and let you know, we're gonna have a lot of great content coming. Super excited about that. Met some people out here who are into knives and we talked, and hopefully if you guys see this and you're one of those folks I spoke to and you happen to subscribe and watch the video, welcome you here and appreciate talking to you guys. We're just awesome to talk to. The people are so friendly out here in Big Bend National Park. It's a fun place to be. Definitely have enjoyed myself out here. It's been a lot of fun. So it's been great being with family. It's great being away from work. It's great not being stressed. I've enjoyed that. It's great carrying knives and just enjoying the knives, right? That's a lot of other things. And so that's been fun. I've done a lot of photography again. Haven't done that in a while, so I really did enjoy that. Been doing a lot of photography out here with the mountains. Obviously, it's just crazy. And the scenery, you can get some crazy shots. And I'm about to get into that golden hour where we're going to get the beautiful golden hour sunlight. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you watching. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button down below? And if you've already hit that subscribe button, would you please consider hitting the like button? Liking and subscribing to the channel really helps out the channel produce more content, do more things, allows the channel grow, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to you guys, especially those of you who watch, who like, who subscribe. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate you guys. And, hey, if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this video and other content. And then finally, to all my channel members, a big, huge shout out to every one of you guys out there. I just really appreciate you. You have no idea. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we are going to be doing some cool stuff coming up. And my way to say thank you to all the channel members, I do once a month giveaway. And just want you to know that. It's not my way to bribe you, but just my way to say thank you, because some of you guys have been channel members since the very beginning, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if you just became a member or been a member for a while and you haven't asked, send me an email with your name and address. I'll send you a sticker. I like to give everybody a sticker. And then if you're the top tier, you get a special sticker, obviously, and some other content, some extra things. But I do the once a month channel member giveaway. Just look for that. Love for you to be a part of that. So thank you. And I don't want anybody to ever feel like you pressured to become a channel member. Don't want you to ever feel that. Be a channel member if you want to support the channel. Love to have you, but don't ever feel pressured. So thank you. And finally, I don't have my card here in front of me. Normally I would throw it down, but if you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram, and it's at Robs_nerdy_knives, and that's ROBS_NERDY_KNIVES, Robs_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Check me out over there. Hey, thanks so much. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.